Listen, stop blaming your lack of productivity on laziness, because laziness is not the reason you're not being productive. Let me tell you guys something. I would argue that I'm a pretty lazy person. I get on this channel and I talk about productivity. I talk about how to maximize your day, how to get the most done. But even with being lazy, I'm still able to get done what I need to get done for the day. And how do I do that? Laziness is not going to stop you from getting done what you need to get done. Laziness is a whole different thing, but laziness will never be stronger than the need of fulfillment or the need to fulfill your purpose. The need to fulfill your purpose should always be stronger than laziness. And I believe it is stronger than laziness for everybody. Let me tell you why. Have you ever been at work? You work a 9 to 5 job, fast food restaurant, whatever the case, right? Your boss tells you to do something that you don't want to do. So you whine about it because you really don't want to do it. You'd rather just sit there and be on your phone. Like, I mean, who wouldn't, right? Everybody's lazy. Everybody is lazy. But when you do it, do you ever find a fast way to do it? A way to do it that takes as little effort as possible? That is laziness. Me, I am lazy. Anything that I do, I find the fastest way that I can do it with the best results, with the least amount of energy as possible. I find a way that I can formulate it that'll take the least out of me as possible. Now, there's some situations where that's not necessary. Excuse me. Some situations where that's not possible. But when it is possible, I'm always going to find a way around exhausting myself every single time. Now, when it comes to like basketball, when I was training basketball, right, when I wanted to be in the NBA, when it came to that, that's unavoidable. You have to get out there in that hot sun. You got to practice. You got to go hard. There's not always a way to fiddle your way out of it. But even then, when there was days I didn't want to do it, I'd find the thing you know, I find a way to make it fun. I'd find a way to make it enjoyable. I'd find a way to do it with friends. Instead of sitting there and just practicing, maybe I'd go to the park and play with some people. There's always ways to find better ways to do it. That can be considered laziness. Laziness to me is a lack of wanting to expend energy. And that doesn't come down to laying in the bed and rotting all day. See, what we've been doing is equating laying in the bed and rotting with laziness. I believe that they're sort of different. I believe that laying in the bed or rotting is a form of laziness, right? But I don't think that is laziness. Laziness doesn't mean I just lay back and do nothing. Oftentimes, a lot of things I do are lazy. I'm going to find the quickest way to do it. I'm going to find the most energy efficient way to do it. I think that's called smart in a lot of cases. Stop blaming laziness for the reason that you're not getting the things done that you need to get done. The reality is you need to start blaming it on the fact that you won't get off your butt, right? You need to get out the bed and go make it happen by any means. And by any means, I mean that if you have to find the most lazy, half-assed way to do it, I'd much rather you do that than to lay back and rot away and tell me that whatever you want it just isn't meant for you. It's just not true. What you're saying is false. You're living in a fantasy world, and I want you to wake up from it and realize that laziness, rotting are not the same thing. And laziness does not have to stop you from being your most productive self. Laziness does not have to stop you from living the life that you want to live. Laziness does not have to stop you from being happy. Everybody is lazy, especially nowadays. The way that everything is just there. We don't have to go out our way to do nothing. If you want a grocery shop, you got Instacart, so you could pay the people that are less lazy to do it for you. You got DoorDash, so you could pay someone who's less lazy to bring you your food. You've got TV for entertainment. You don't have to go to any events. Everything that you need is literally right there. There's no need to not be lazy. There's no need to go get it. But don't let that laziness stop you from doing what's actually important. Don't let that laziness hinder you from saving money because you'd rather DoorDash and Instacart when you could go get the groceries yourself. Don't let laziness stop you from cooking more often and eating out because it's easier to get fast food than it is to cook. Don't let laziness stop you from walking your dog 3 times a day. That'd be pretty selfish. Don't let laziness stop you from doing the things that are actually important. And remember that laziness and bed rotting is not the same thing. Stop putting them on the same playing field. They're two different things. Don't blame your laziness for not being able to do things because we're all lazy, but we can choose to fight past the laziness or even use the laziness to our advantage by finding the fastest and most time efficient way to do stuff or energy efficient way to do stuff. That's pretty much all I have to say, though. I just had that idea. I wanted to get it off my chest. Very grateful for you guys listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming back to the After Dark channel. I appreciate y'all as always. All links will be down below in the description. If you want to follow us on TikTok, where they usually get the information first. We're on there daily, so if you want to follow us up, go ahead and follow us on TikTok. I appreciate the love. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace out.